everybody? Yo, picking! We're talking about picking today. Picking and grinning, as always, bruh. And let's get into today's lesson. Oh, and tabs for all this here fine fiddle picking down below. Let's get it! Hey, there, everybody. Hey, first off, before we get going on who won the Traveler guitar, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you're celebrating. I hope you wrap up 2020 in the best way possible. So the Traveler guitar giveaway, and actually before we do that, one more thing, sorry. To drag that out, is that on Sunday, I actually have a new guitar to show you guys. That's my guitar, but I'm going to do one more giveaway. I'm trying to keep my word. If I get a guitar, I'm trying to give a guitar away. So there's going to be another guitar giveaway coming up real soon on Sunday. So back to the winner. The winner is, drum roll. It's hard to do drum roll with one hand. It's Corey Boggs. Dude, congratulations, man. That is a sweet, sweet guitar. It probably won't get shipped out for... probably a little while, a week or so, maybe 2 weeks. But, hey, I will respond to your comment. I'll get your information, dude. Thank you to everyone who entered. Like I said, Sunday, new giveaway. Keep your eyes out for that one. And, hey, back to the video. Okay, so today's lesson, like I said, it's all about picking. Now, one of the things that was really a huge motivator for me was when I started doing exercises like the ones I'm going to show you today, because they sounded much more just like musical and applicable to what I was trying to play versus just straight through the scale. You know, a lot of people do that and they spend hours and hours just kind of doing these very scalier, stuff like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like you're gonna get results doing that as well. But I found it was more motivating, and I had the ability to play for much longer periods of time practicing this stuff with some of these like more musical exercises that just had different patterns to it. I got a lot of this stuff from these ideas were built off of the foundation, like what Paul Gilbert did in Intense Rock and all that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and I'll show you the first one here. And we're just going to jump into, like I said, tabs down below. It's all going to be based out of the C major scale. I'll show you this scale real quick, and I'll show you the pattern. So if you don't already know your C major 3-note per string scale, I recommend you learning it just 8, 10, 12 on the low E and the A. And then 9, 10, 12 on the D and G. 10, 12, 13, sorry. 10, 12, 13 on the B and the high E string. And then just gets where you can ascend and descend that one. And here's lick number 1. Alright, so there's the first example. Now all I'm doing here is, like I said, C major, but I'm going to go 10 to 8 on the low E string, and then 12 to 8 on the low E. Okay, hear how that to me is more musical, just versus going, I don't know, like I instantly like it more, and I'm like, okay, I could sit there and practice that for a long time, and I wouldn't get bored with it, because then all of a sudden you start coming up with like, oh, I'm going to string skip, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to descend it now, just the possibilities are endless with it. So that's the first part of it. Okay, let me get this going here. And then I do the same thing on the A string. It's just 10, 8, 12, 8. Okay, now we have a little bit of a position shift here, because we're going to go 10 to 9, and then 12 to 10. Oh, sorry, there we go. It goes 10, 9, 12, 9. My bad on that one. Okay, it's all alternate picking. I'm starting on the down, so... Okay? It has that do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, And then I'm going to go 10 to 9 on the G, and then 12 to 9. Okay? And the best thing to do is take 2 of these. You don't have to do it through the whole scale. Maybe you have a little bit of difficulty on the middle strings, the D and the G. Just work on those. Okay, I'm going to shift up again to new pattern. No, not new pattern, new shape. I'm going to go 12 to 10, and then 13 to 10 on the B string. And then same thing on the high string, 12, 10, 13, 10. So again, maybe the higher strings give you trouble. Just sit here and ride this pattern out. Right there. And then get to where you can do all of them. Now I didn't tab it out descending, but you could easily descend it if you wanted to. Just kind of do, think about it, you went like this. You can either go, or go, I kind of like this one better, so I'm going to go 12, 10, 13, 10. Just like how we ascent, but I'm going down now. And sit there and practice that to a metronome, however you want to do it. And just sit there and go. Come up with different patterns. Do it backwards. See what I mean? As soon as you start really like analyzing it, you come up with a million different variations of it. So there's the first one. Example number 2. And one thing, you know, I'm not really here to show you how fast I can play this stuff. You know, I want it to be clean and precise. I care much more about that than look at how fast I can play. Because you can get as fast as you want. Like I said, that's what a metronome's for. You can be a million times faster than me, but if you're playing it sloppy, oh, what does it matter? You know, clean, smooth. I'd rather hear someone play at half the speed, but twice as clean than someone twice as fast and sloppy. So, similar with this one. Now, what's interesting about this one and why I started doing it was, I started realizing, oh, I don't have to play all the notes of the scale on every string. And when I started realizing that, again, your mind just starts turning and you start thinking of stuff. So what I did was I started out straight through the scale. I'm going to go 8, 10, 12, okay? Get that back going, okay? What our ear instinctually wants to hear next, because it's the do, re, mi thing, so, okay? Well, what do? I skip the 4th and go right to the 5th. Okay, so already there's a bigger interval now between that 3rd, because I go from the 3rd to the 5th. Okay, and then I skip the 6th and I went to the major 7. And then instead of going back to the root, I skip it and I go to the 2. So what I'm doing is I go 8, 10, 12, 10 on the A, then I go 9 on the D, 12 on the D. Okay? Notice how we're crossing strings. Now watch my picking. I'm doing all alternate picking. Now to be fair, I'm purposely doing all alternate right now. If I was to naturally pick this, I'd probably do something more like this. Where I'm going down, up, down, 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 up. You know, kind of a little bit of a sweep is how my hand wants to do it, but I'm going to stick to alternate picking for this video. Okay? Now what happens is I just move this pattern down the scale. We're going to shift a little bit in the scale from the original kind of like pattern I had showed you, but I'll kind of point that out here in a second. So we move down to the A string, and you're going to go 8, 10, 12, to 10 on the D, 9 on the G, and then 12 on the G. Now I like this because both of these have stayed exactly the same, and you're covering 3 different strings. So you could sit here just with these 2 passages. And tell me that doesn't sound musical. Like I can almost hear like doom, 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 like drums. Doom, 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 doom. Like I can hear the music inside of it. You know, if I was just going like this, I don't get that same vibe. You know, so anytime I can start hearing the drums and all like the song kind of unfolding, I know that I've got something that's musical and it's going to make me want to play. Okay, now here we're going to deviate. We're not going to go up here. We are going to actually kind of stay back here, same notes, but a little bit different. It's still part of your C major scale, don't worry. So it's 9, 10, 12 on the D, 10 on the G. Okay, and I'm going to go 8 on the B, and then 12 on the B. Let me do that one again because I think I might have told you the wrong string. So 9, 10, 12 on the D, okay, 10 on the G, 8, 12 on the B. Okay, now I do pretty much the same thing. I just move down, I go 9, 10, 12 on the G, 10 on the B, 8, 12 on the high string. So those two mirror each other. So it's really nice because you have all these patterns and they're like in sets of 2s. So you could sit there, like I said, maybe the higher strings are what give you trouble. Sit there, sit there and cycle through it like that. See, I got a little bit sloppy there, so I need to rewind and work on that. Then piece it all together. You go right back to your scale if you want to. Boom! Now the third and final one, I'm sure I did not come up with this. I got this from someone at some point. But it's one of those patterns, man. I just use it all the time. I could be, playing, and I kind of throw it in different places. But the pattern is this. There's one part in there that's super tricky that I've never really gotten it totally clean. That's not bad. But I'll talk about it here in just a second. So let's kind of rewind and get this overall starting pattern that I'm doing. So I'm going to go like this. Okay, that's it. That's all I'm doing through the entire scale though. So I'm going to go 10 to 12 on the high string, and then I'm going to go 13 on the B, then 10 on the high string, and then 12, 13 on the B. So what's nice is, what? Oh, it's a 6-note grouping. Look at all these patterns that we've been doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, what is this one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're nice, even numbers. We're not getting crazy. We're not doing 7-note patterns yet or anything like that. What was the first one? 1, 2, 3, 4. Even numbers. Rock and roll. Love it. So we have okay? Now this next pattern is the trickiest one out of all of them because you have to roll your finger, okay? And you can use whatever fingers you want. I'm just used to going like this because there's different shapes I use where I reach up with my pinky. So that's why I kind of tend to like stretch a little bit more with these so I can have these other options, all over the place. But anyways, now here I go like this. I'm going to go 10 to 12 on the B, but I have to roll my finger. I'm using my middle finger. You could use your ring. And get 12 on the G. Okay? Now what happens next is I have to go 8th fret on the B, roll my index finger. This one is all index. You're going to roll up to 10 on the B, 10 on the G, and then 12 on the G. And there's that pattern. Okay? Okay? Now I get to shift back down and it gets easier from here. We're going to go 9 to 10 on the G, 10 on the D, okay, 9 on the G, 10, 12 on the D. Notice my picking again, all alternate picking, starting on the down. Okay? There's that one part, man, you hear me get a little bit sloppy? There it is, I gotta make sure I palm mute that. That's the only way I can get that section to sound clean. I add a heavier palm mute with my right hand on this. Notice those notes have more palm mute on them because I'm rolling. I'm not good at rolling my fingers. Okay, so we did that one. 9, 10, 12, 9, 12, 10. We just shift up. We're going to go 9, 10 on the D to 12 on the A. 9 on the D, 10, 12. Okay? And then we finish off right here. You're going to go 8 to 10 on the A string to 12 on the low E string. And then you're going to go 8, 10, 12, 10. You can end up with a super cool C chord if you wanted to. C sus2. Well, what you got? Well, what kind of C chord do you want to end with? C add 9? What you got? I'm just joking with you guys. But there's that one, and like I said, I use this pattern a lot. The next step for all of these is to get used to putting them in different scales. Move up a pattern. Move into like your like more Dorian shape. Move to your Phrygian shape. And so on with them. And take any of them. Like I said, if I did that first pattern, I got sloppy. There is kind of like a Dorian shape. And there you guys have it. Hope you enjoyed this one. Like I said, everything was alternate picking, starting on the down, just down, up, down, up, down, up. Real simple for the right hand, but yet, just full of those like musical nutrients to sit there and get your technique happening, different rhythmic ideas, all that good stuff. It's all linked down below. Like I said, get the tabs if you're feeling like it. Until next time, guys, I will see you all later. Have a great rest of your day. I'll play you some rhythm out of here. And, yeah, just have a good day. All right, later, homies.